Today we're checking out a new anamorphic lens, actually a new set of lenses from ReeFlex that look really promising. Ever since the iPhone 13, lens makers have had trouble with their existing lenses, and so they've all been forced to update because of the larger sensors and the bigger lens bump on the iPhones, and ReeFlex is no different. So now with these new G-Series lenses, they fixed that problem and they do work well with all the newer generation iPhones. Now these are prototype lenses. They're not the final version that you'll get when you actually buy them. Although I'm told these are 90% or higher finished, and so they're pretty close to the way they're going to be. And the biggest standout for me is the size of the lenses, and they've stated that they have to do this because they're using more glass and they're just bigger optics to cover the now larger sensors on the iPhones and also to be able to get edge-to-edge sharpness. Now this is not new, as other brands have done this in the past, but it's new for ReeFlex. As a comparison, here is the B-Script 1.33x anamorphic compared to theirs, and they're pretty much the same size. ReeFlex anamorphic, B-Script anamorphic. $17mm mount, 37mm mount. One thing I really like about these new ReeFlex lenses is their new magnetic connection, and that is with the lens cap. And it's a very sturdy construction. The lens cap is made out of metal, and I really like that. But not only the lens cap, but the filters. The filters now are magnetic. And so they're really easy to take on and off while you're shooting, and the quality of the filters is really nice too. This is a V&D filter. They have an ND, this is 64. And then they have a CPL. At least that's what they sent me in this prototype kit. These could change, or they may have different ones when you actually buy the set. But again, I really like how easy they are to use, and the connection is extremely secure. Magnetic filters. V&D filter. ND and CPL, so you can stack them. Now, I only had a limited amount of time with these lenses, and so I'm focusing on the anamorphic. And this being more of a video and filmmaking channel, that's one that I would recommend when you're shooting with your phone, because it actually is more of what I would call a specialty lens. You can't get that look shooting with just the phone. So 3 big things shooting anamorphic: obviously the widescreen aspect ratio, the distortion, and then of course flares. And this lens exhibits all 3, and overall looks pretty good. The connection is really robust. It reminds me a lot of B-Script in that respect. The mount is a 17mm mount that screws into the case. And so if you have a cage like from Small Rig that has 17mm screw mount, you can use that as well. But the cases they have actually come with a very secure mount in place. Now this is not a review. I'll review the lenses later when they're officially released. This is more of an overview of my experience with them so far. And so far, they're performing well. They appear to be sharp edge to edge, which is super important with these newer phones. And by the way, I'm shooting with an iPhone 14 Pro Max. At the time of this video, they didn't have a 15 Pro case ready. But it's my understanding these lenses will work fine with the 15 series phones. So these lenses and filters are available via Kickstarter right now, and then once the campaign ends, they'll be available on their website. So if you're interested, I've got all that information in the description of this video. All the test footage in this video was shot with the Blackmagic camera app using their 1.33x D-Squeeze. And I think it's a really good option out there. And of course, if you don't know about it, it is free. My guess is this is going to stay free. What they're really doing is marketing Blackmagic Cloud, which I actually don't use, but it's a great option to have for those of you that do. So I really like the ReeFlex guys. They're a small company based in Zurich, Switzerland. They also, of course, have a couple apps that I've talked about on my channel. And I just really like the entrepreneurial spirit and their dedication to mobile video and photography. And so definitely check out the Kickstarter campaign. And once these lenses are out, I will do a full review. Thanks for watching. This is Blake Calhoun. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.